Whee! Hello. Hello. Good evening. I don't know if I'm live or not. This is Christina. Wow. This is very different. I have not been on here for by myself doing a live stream for about 6.5 years. So everything's very new. If there's anybody there, it looks like there's people there. There's a cat climbing up the back of Gully's climbing up the back of a chair. Oh my gosh. All right. I guess she wants to be on camera. This is Christina. Welcome to Intuitive Chat Evening. All right. So everything's different. I have not been on here for so long, and so much has changed. Of course, everything is evolved, and it's going to be a learning experience for me. Really, what I wanted to do today or tonight, so wherever you are, maybe morning, afternoon, but for me, it's evening, and I just wanted to come on. First of all, to introduce myself because I've really just returned back to my channel in a sense and trying to resurrect it in a way. I've done little things, and recently I've done some intuitive. I changed the name of my channel, first of all, to my Intuitive Sense plus my 2 cents. So I've done a couple of intuitive readings for some current events. So if you haven't seen those yet, check them out. So I really would like to know if there's anybody can hear me and see me okay. I do not have the best lighting or sound, but I'm hoping you guys can hear me. So it shows that there's a couple of people here. If you can maybe, now there's a chat box. Back in the day when I was on, that wasn't even there. So I'm hoping somebody can say hi. You can hear me and see me. I would really, really appreciate that. Uh, kind of before I start talking, so I'm not talking to myself. Um, Anybody there? Say hello. It says I'm live. It says I'm live. I'm live from the tropics, from Mexico. Oh, thank you. Thank you, sister. You can see and hear me. Okay, great. How does it look though? Because for me, it looks kind of foggy. And my hair is blowing in the fan. All right. Well, you can. Well, Amber, I think that you can really hear me even better than anybody than anybody else. Uh, um, well, say hello. Don't be shy. No one can see you. They can only see me. I'm the only one that's out here by myself talking. So I used to do this several years ago, and it's intimidating at first, and especially when you just really, don't work out there full view in the public. My work is behind the scenes, and I've done a lot of different videos where I'm faceless and just putting out things that I have interest of or I feel will be of interest to other people. So, but now I would like to join the realm of YouTube and get to know people. I've had in the last few weeks since I've done my couple of intuitive readings on a couple of current events that are in the news. I've had about, I'm not exactly sure, but maybe about 200 new subscribers. They did some pretty decent views, of course, not compared to anybody else because I'm not quite in the algorithm yet. That's why I really want to do some more lives so that, that will help me to, get out there and connect with people and hopefully be able to converse with people. But yes, so I've had an increase of subscribers, which I am so grateful for. Thank you so much. So I thought that it's only right that I come in and because a lot of you are just new. So you have really no idea who I am. You're just going by a couple of the readings that I did recently. And so you subscribed and thank you. So I thought I'd introduce myself. And well, maybe I should just tell you a little bit about me first, right? Um, okay. So there's a few people there, but I'm not quite sure if anybody's else is having any trouble. So, but anyways, well, let's see. Okay, so first of all, I just want this to be very casual and authentic. It's not scripted, and I'm not going to be, oh, hello, Marissa. Ho, ho, hi, how are you? Hola. Thank you for tuning in. Another dear sister. So, I'm an intuitive and a metaphysical practitioner, grandmaster of a very profound modality called Balva Spata, and grandmaster of another it's modality in a sense, but it's more about holding the frequency and about the art of self guidance, and that's a runes master, high alchemy runes master. But by my profession, if you want to say, as I work as an intuitive and a metaphysical practitioner. So, I have clients sometimes, but I definitely would like to have more. I would definitely like to have more clients, but I'd like to tune into, connect with more people who resonate with what I do and are open, to either doing healing work or even maybe becoming initiated to some of these practices. Um, so that's really just what I do mostly. Um, and that's can be very profound work. The different clients, they all have very different uh, issues or things they want to work on, things they want to solve, things that they, would like to explore. So it's always interesting. It's always different, especially when you're doing intuitive metaphysical work. Um, and I would like to share this more out there with people because I've seen the difference from when I was on, literally when I was just coming on and talking to people. That's about 6.5 years ago. Definitely life, there's been a lot of changes, a lot of things that have happened. And um, things have evolved in a lot of different ways. And people are definitely, not all people, of course, but are more open, awakening, more interested in spirituality, metaphysical, esoteric. It's much more prevalent out there. There's way more people on YouTube talking and sharing and doing readings and all kinds of different things, which is great. It really is. For me, it's been much more private and kind of not hidden, but not something because everybody's not ready for it. You know, I can go to the spectrum of things to the complete opposite spectrum of the metaphysical world. So maybe we'll get into that another time. I don't know. I would really love if people ask questions. Hi, Christina. You had some issues? Oh, that's okay. I had issues too. This is all very different for me. I mean, I know it's there, but I just haven't done it. So it's my first time in about 6 years. Do you remember Christina? Was it Christina? Yes. Remember when I used to do intuitive chat? That was a long time ago. Can't believe it. But thank you. I appreciate you being here. And I just wanted to introduce myself because I have a lot of new subscribers in the last few weeks from some of the videos that I've been doing. And so I just want to give appreciation, gratitude to that and let people kind of get to know me. I wanted to be just authentic and relaxed, though that could change depending on if some questions come forth or, people would like me to maybe tap into something or this is kind of just like on the spot. Um, I don't know. Like a lot of times with intuitive, just even with intuitive work with clients, unless they tell me something specific, or they're just saying, I want to do a session, let's see what comes forth. And so, of course, there's conversation, to kind of like open things up and see where it takes you, because everything has its timing. So, Christina, there's two of you. There's two of you. How did you do that? Well, that's interesting. Or is that just because? Oh, okay. So you're just. That's so weird. I thought there was two of you. Well, there probably is, since we are multidimensional beings. There's many of you existing in other realms and realities. That's so funny. So does anybody have any questions that they might, or maybe something we could maybe start? We could start on a topic here, or I don't know. Anything could come about. I didn't really plan on a specific topic tonight. I just really kind of wanted to introduce myself and see where it goes. And it might be just a short hello, how are you? And and then I'll tune in again. I plan to do this. Every Sunday and Wednesday. We'll see how it goes. Or maybe I'll just do some impromptus if I'm out and about, and you can go live now on your phone. So I might do that sometimes, and surprise everybody or surprise myself. Anybody want to talk about anything, or maybe like currently what's going on, maybe some questions or your opinions about what's going on? I would also like to connect with people that also are on their spiritual journey, whether you're a light worker or a starseed, or this is your practice, or you're just starting on your journey and you want to ask questions or you want to talk about something. It's pretty much open. I might sometimes, if I get beforehand when I come on here and I kind of get some intuitive sense or a direction, or I hear, how about this be the topic tonight? I didn't get that today. I just wanted it to be open. So if anybody wants to ask me anything, otherwise, maybe what I could do, I'm hoping you guys can hear me right. This is the nervous part of it, because if no one's really talking, or they, I just don't know. I'm looking at myself. It's like having conversation with yourself in the mirror. It's kind of funny. So let's see if there's anything. Okay, first of all, I don't do a lot of. We have different cards, things that we work with, and most of these cards come from a spiritual teacher that I've been on a path with for, I don't know what it is now, 25, 26 years. Her name is Almeen. She's an international mystic, seer, teacher. So I've walked a path and studied with her for many years. So she's brought forth a lot of different tools for us, like very profound tools. And we can get into some of those later, different times. But some of the cards that she has, we work with, daily guidance, giving us insights, giving us something to ponder on, or, sometimes we're not aware of what is trying to get your attention in the moment. So a lot of these cards are great. Now, the ones that I felt guided or directed to bring with me today, they're called the Elfin Quest. I know that everybody that's on here so far, at least, I don't know, actually, I only can see so many people that are on here right now, is where are we? Elfin Quest. This is the Art of Happiness. So I'm going to pick a card. I'm going to tune in to who's here right now. I can see a few people. I'm not sure who a couple of the other ones are. If you don't say hello, which you don't have to, but it'd be nice, let your presence be known. So let's see. I'm going to tune into a card and see what a little message is for the people that are here right now. I'm hoping that my Wi-Fi will hold in this room, because I did saw myself flashing there a little bit. All right. Let me pick a card. Now, if you're not familiar with this, but those that are here probably are. Of course they are. So they have amazing wheels. They have a sigil in them. They have an angel God with them. And then they have a message, a very profound message that is something that you can really ponder on, tune into, and try to interpret for yourself. So the card that I got here, I will show it and then I'll read it. Let's see. How well can you see this? Don't be afraid to talk. You guys can talk amongst yourself also. The chat box is not, no, see, it's not, there's a little reflection there. So I'll just read it. So the angel god is Urtra Misenech. It says, the magnificent and unique song of your heart can only manifest in your environment when it is authentically expressed. To live for the approval of others is to bind ourselves to mediocrity. Interesting. Okay. But it's a beautiful card. So my feeling is that those that are here right now, I know there's only a few people, but later on, hopefully people will tune in, to watch this live later. And it will also be beneficial for them and will probably apply at that moment too. That's how much I trust in what is happening in this moment. Oh, thank you for the heart. Thank you. Yes, aha, it is interesting. Yes. I'm going to read this again. Okay. The magnificent and unique song of your heart can only manifest in your environment when it is authentically expressed. To live for the approval of others is to bind ourselves to mediocrity. So for me, it's very interesting because I've said already 3 or 4 times that, and let me backtrack a little bit because there was a time where I was on and I really focused and really wanted to do YouTube. I think that was 2017, if I believe. And I was returning again because I'd gone away for about 5 years. I think my YouTube channel has been up here since, I don't know, 2007, 2010. And so I was on a little bit, and then I went away for about 5 years. Got married. I was focused on that. Distracted, actually, probably more so. But when I moved away to a different country, I decided I wanted to return to doing that. And it was so ironic because literally within 2 days as I decided to return. And back then we had different requirements to get monetized, etc. Right? So I had already reached that threshold, and I was monetized, only just barely. And then they completely changed it, and it was a whole new system, and it seems so far reaching, especially for what we would say small YouTuber. It was not easy. Yeah, for sure. And I got discouraged a little bit, but I still tried. I actually kind of dived into and started meeting other YouTubers, and we started talking. And I made a couple of little friends there as well. But we were just trying to I don't know if it was protest, but just try to get out there and fight for the small YouTuber. And then the other thing, what was happening at that time was very, what was trending, I guess, was people with their families, which sounded really cool, but it ended up being where so much of it was scripted, or at least it became scripted. And so you had to follow all of these different conditions, and you have to provide this and you have to do this. And it just was like, I felt like I couldn't be me. Right. And I didn't think that what I was doing, it is a kind of a niche in one way, but I think there's a lot more people that are, awakened and conscious and more spiritually inclined. So the energy and the frequency and things are very different, I feel. So it feels like it's time, but I still stick to being authentic, who I am. I'm not going to try to be somebody else. I'm not going to script anything. I'm not going to pretend anything. I'm not going to do, I don't know, what you would call clickbait stuff, to get people to watch and to tune in. I'm just being me. First of all, I'm sharing me. I'm sharing what I do, and hope that maybe it will help others, or that they, we can connect and see where it goes. Um, I don't really know, to be honest with you. So for me, I like this because the magnificent and unique song of your heart can only manifest in your environment what is authentically expressed. And that's exactly what I want to do. Now, the second part to this, which is interesting because it says to live for the approval of others is to bind ourselves to mediocrity. I have no need for approval from anybody here. Only I can do that for myself. I just really want to share and engage, connect, and maybe help, and even learn myself. I don't know who's going to tune in here sometimes. I see some beautiful ladies, goddesses in here right now. I don't know who's all here, only the ones that so far have typed their name and said hi, which I appreciate, but I'm here to share. So, oh, thank you for the hearts. I like that. I appreciate it. All right. So, ladies, any questions? Maybe something that you've been thinking about. I mean, it doesn't have to be so personal because I do not expect anybody to share personal stuff here, for the whole world to hear, even though we don't have the whole world here right now. But, or maybe just something you've been thinking about, pondering that's happening in our environment right now or out there in the world, something like that. You have a question, or you want to ask my intuitive sense or my 2 cents about it, because I'm going to do both. I actually really like that because I do start intuitively tuning into things, and then we all have our own kind of 2 cents, and it probably blends together. It does for me anyways. You know what? I'm not trying to impose my belief system or my perception or perspective on anybody else. I can only give you what I get, and then it's up to you to discern, or up to you to do with you what with it, do what you will with it. So if anybody doesn't want to speak up, let's see, does anybody have anything to say about this card, or anything you want to share? Does you feel that maybe it doesn't resonate with you? Where's the camera here? It's hard to show this. It might be a little bit silly sometimes because that's who I am too. I don't know where the camera's right in front of me, but yet when I put it, it goes off camera. Anyway, so it resonates with you. That's great. All right, I have a question then. Don't ask me, I'm going to ask a question. So now, it's a little bit based on what's been happening to me. So I'm curious as to if anybody else. Oh, that's great, Christina. Thank you. If anybody else has been having a sense of moving from one reality to the other, which I feel that we all do anyways, but most of us are not conscious about it. And I feel this time we're becoming much more aware and conscious of it. Yes? Like recently, though I'm not going to say this is the first time, it's probably happened several times. Uh-oh, what happened? I just saw my screen jump. All right. Am I still here? All right. Okay. So I'm not going to say it's the first time I've been feeling this. It's been several months, but I would have to say what was the day of the American election? On the 6th. I would have to say that there was a moment where I felt that it was just like something flipped, or I don't know if flip's the right word. Something shifted. We just moved into something that was so quick, which may have or may explain the certain outcome of certain things on that particular day. because before that I was not feel, and I don't really want to get into any politics or anything at the moment, but I just felt like before that I couldn't really, it was like teeter totter. I wasn't really sure, even though I know the consensus was for um, what's her name, Kamala. I really couldn't get anything, and then there was a moment where all of a sudden something happened that I felt, no, he's going to, and then you know, win. Well, win. Sorry, selected. Uh, but more than that, it was more than that, because that night, the dreams that I had, I had downloads. The next day, my body felt like I had been through a war. Like it just felt exhausted. My head felt, I don't even know how to explain this. I don't know how to explain it. So if anybody else has been experiencing anything where you feel like maybe you might be, you know, sensing that you're in a different timeline, or maybe you have awareness. Look, my computer just jumped. I was just about to say time jump. Then my computer did that. You know, if anybody has that sense, um, you know, please share. If not, that's okay too. But that is something that I have been experiencing. Besides also receiving downloads. Hello. I feel like I've seen that before. Phantom Punk 007. Hello. Do I know you? Or are you new? As I was saying at the beginning, there's a whole bunch of new subscribers that I so appreciate. Thank you for joining my channel. I've just returned after several years. It's a little bit nerve wracking. It's a little bit like you kind of like get tongue tied, don't know what to say. Because for me, sometimes when I start tuning into things, I go into a little bit of an expansion. So I'm trying to just keep myself here, especially when people start tuning in or, you know, joining. Even if I don't know you, but there's several people here that I do know who are wonderful friends and goddesses. But, um, you know, then I start picking up you guys, you know. Christina, 2 days ago. Oh, wait, where did it go? You deleted it. I was reading it, Christina. Okay. Did you not want to share it? Or, and don't worry if you made a grammar error or anything. I'm sure I will understand. I was about to read it, so new, just sub. Sorry for the chat delay. Chat is on slow mode. Yeah, honey, I put it on slow mode because I am new to this chat. Like I had said that, and thank you, so much. You're new, you just subbed. I much appreciate it. Thank you. Is that I haven't been on for like doing this for about 6.5 years, so this was not the format. It's new to me. Of course, I watch other people doing it on YouTube. Um, but I haven't done it myself. So I wanted to put it on slow because I've seen other YouTubers and the thing is flying. And, you know, I like to engage also, not just with who is speaking, but also who's there. So thank you. Is it too slow? Is that what you're saying? Yeah, well, if it's too slow, then maybe the next time I come on, I'll put it a little bit slower. But so, Christina, you don't want to share the message that you typed? Was it a question or just something happened? Just so you know, a Phantom Punk 007. um, we're sort of just talking a little bit about. If it's cool, may I have a tarot reading? I don't do tarot readings in the sense of that. First of all, I work as an intuitive and metaphysical practitioner. And also any cards that I do work with, which I showed a little bit earlier, they're very well, they're specific in that they are from a teacher, a spiritual teacher, a mystic seer, Almin, that I've been with for about 26 years. So the cards that we work with are very different. They're very esoteric. Now, if you want to ask a question and you feel okay about this, excuse me, maybe you can tune in. Okay, so I don't know. It's funny because when I'm reading yours, I'm starting to feel something in my throat that I did not have before. So I don't know if this is yours or I'm picking up somebody else's. That's very interesting. I feel something all of a sudden in the back of my throat. So either someone here has got something that is, I'm also an empath in a sense that I'm going to just pick up on everything. Clairsentient, clairaudient. So I don't know, it can come from all different directions. Uh, what's coming your way? Well, this is okay. So let me explain something. I'm probably kind of very different to everybody that's out there. I'm not saying there isn't anybody out there like me, but maybe a little different in the sense that, you know, that's why I don't call myself a psychic. Everybody has psychic abilities to a certain extent. Everybody's at different places in their journey and their abilities, and then you can work on them. The psychic ability comes much more. A lot of people when they ask this, well, what's coming your way? That's maybe geared more to asking for a psychic reading or fortune reading, and that comes a lot more from the head space, where when you do intuitive, you're coming from, it's heart based. So you're coming from very expansive. So I cannot say to you, oh, this is what's exactly coming, or this is what I see. I may tune into something, um, based on what you're saying. Because what happens is for me is that I have more of what's called inner vision. There's people that are clairvoyant who actually will see the external realm, and sometimes I do, but not as much. It's more in mind's eye. So it's like watching a movie or seeing images, or getting a picture within the mind's eye, which is really with your pineal gland and your third eye. So I see have inner vision more so. I want to ask you, Phantom. See, again, I have to discern on here, and you have to be okay, with where I might go with this. Is I'm just curious as to where I'm steered to is family. So you're asking what's coming my way soon. Well, first of all, is whatever you desire. You're the creator of your reality. So what's going on in your environment and what you're doing now? What is your focus? Right? So you have to take that into consideration first. But I'm feeling to go towards your family. I don't know why, but I'm feeling very much a mother, in a sense. And I'm not a medium per se, but you know what? Sometimes someone will talk to me, or I'll get a sense, or they'll walk into the room and I feel their presence because, I just, have the ability, but I don't work like a medium or in that sense. So I'm saying I might be very different to everybody else. Just me, you know. So if there's something going on, and I keep doing this over here because I feel somebody over here that's very motherly, but I'm also feeling very kind of like, mm, a little bit of heaviness in my chest. I started coughing. So I'm not sure who this is related to at the moment. And that's the thing about it, is when you start getting a lot of people on here, and then, we have now become formed our own little ball of energy. Doesn't matter where we are in the world. We've tuned into each other, right? So I have to discern. I can only just put some stuff out there. And if it resonates with you, that's fine. If it doesn't, just let it go. Um, Christina, feel free to write what it is you put there, because I'm curious now. I started to read it. Um, yeah, again, there's family over here. Like, just for my attention, not necessarily standing here, sorry, is like, it's my attention that I'm getting, that there's someone, you know, it feels like it's a little bit uh, personal in a sense. I think that's probably why I might struggle, because of what to say. But it feels there is something there. I don't know if it's unresolved or something that wants to be um, communicated to you, or been trying to communicate with you, or there's something going on in the family. And I don't know if it's your mother, but there's a mother who also is having some kind of like trouble breathing a little bit. See, this is the thing about when you're working in the intuitive metaphysical world. You think that the question that you came here for, the question that you want to ask, is the one you want answered. But that's not how it works, right? It's whatever in this moment, at least not with me, but it's whatever in this moment is the best thing or the highest good to be conveyed to someone, you know? And sometimes you might not get it and you got to go away and then you'll come back and, say, oh, okay. Or maybe it doesn't click right now. Maybe it'll click later. Um, I feel like you're creative, Phantom, but I don't know if you're actually living it. I don't know if you're actually living your creativity to the depth of what it could be. So ponder on that. Yeah, this is pretty slow. I apologize. So is it like you guys, you type and then you have to wait for how long before it actually pops up? Is that how it goes? All right. I think I only put it for 60 seconds. Just seems so much longer. You design, I'm sorry, what I've got something in the way here that I design my punk vest sometimes. Oh, all right. Do you have a website? Are you out there? Do you, what do you do? Um, Sometimes. So when you see, you gave me the word at the end, sometimes. So you're not really living your creativity. I mean, if it's not your full passion, that's okay. It's just you like to do it as a hobby, that's fine. But if it's your passion, why sometimes? Question. Nobody was hurt, and besides the house in front of mine, only minor. Yeah, but hermana, sorry, Christina. This is my hermana, my sister. Uh, what happened though? Because you retracted the previous message. What happened? Was there a car crash? Is this recent? It's just a hobby. Well, okay. So who do you design the punk vest for? Just for yourself? You give them away, or what? Is it something more that you want to do? Because I feel like you're not. I'm just going to tell you straight. And again, you discern. If you don't agree with me, that's okay. You're not living your creative. There's something there. You're not living your passion. You're not. You're not. You're not. You're just not. That's how strong it feels. You're not. And you have a regular job, right, to live. Okay, you're just a 9 to 5 guy. Nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you have to, that's what you got to do. And if you got something else you want to work on, you do that on the side. Now I feel bad for you guys. It's really slow, is it? All right, so just let me ask you something, Phantom, uh, if you want to share. What's up with your mom? Whether she's here or not, past, present, I don't know. It's not right beside me. It's kind of like it's over here. So it kind of feels like it could be something in the past. Okay. I mean, if that makes you happy and that's what you want to do, but does anybody else see your creativity? Have any, is anybody wearing your vest? I mean, how many vests can you make for yourself? I don't know if that's all you wear, but, you know, just curious, as to what would you want to do anything with that? Okay, have I missed, even though this is really slow, have I missed something that somebody said and I didn't see it? Okay, no, okay. Because Christina, I don't know if you realized that you took off what you had written there before. Have such bad lighting here. It's actually reflecting off my glasses and the computer, so it's a little bit strange. You had one what? You only made one vest in the past and you scrapped it, and so now you're doing a new one. So is this a new thing for you? Is that what you're saying? It's a new thing for you? Okay, 2 days ago, I've got to get this. 2 days ago, there was a fire in the community. Oh, really? The house in front of mine got the roof. The roof was burned. The neighbor was what, Edmana? Disappeared? What happened with the neighbor? I'm trying to look because I've been to your house. So who? Trying to look at which house is in front of yours because I went from the back way. So they weren't. The neighbors were gone, or they were desperate. Well, besides that's a horrible thing for them to have a fire. They, that's symbolic. Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, I'll be coming on more so, and if you have questions, I'll do my best to see what comes forth. I can't guarantee all the time, but feel free to ask. Feel free to share. And you didn't answer anything about what I said about your mother, so that's okay. So that's cool. That could be personal. Thanks for the company. Oh, thank you. Thank you for your energy, your being. So we had a fire. This is 2 days. It's very interesting because you came into my mind a few days ago. And I don't know why, but I was wondering because I saw nothing was going to help me or my house. What? I knew nothing was going to happen. Are you on your phone to help me or my house? No, of course not. Well, you're not because, you have tools. Like several of us on here, we work with very powerful tools. And I hope that I can in some way start sharing some things with other people here who are not familiar with this, who don't, and introduce things slowly to those who are not familiar with a lot of the wonderful protocols, healing protocols, and the tools that we work with. So Christina is working with a tool that some of us work with that are here that protects the protection lights. So of course, nothing you are calm. But it's still in front of you though. It's like in front of you. So what is happening with the fire? Did the house burn down? Was anybody hurt? Or what did you say? Only minor damages. Okay, well that's good. And everybody was okay? Were there people in the house? Or were they away? Did this happen in the middle of the night? Because I think I remember some years back there was a big fire there too, wasn't there? But when you were living in the other house? Your environment speaks to you a lot. And that's the thing is we have to pay attention to our environment, not just within our home, but your environment speaks to you outside as well, because your environment is also you. You deleted the message again. It's okay. So who's still here? Marissa. I know it's going to be late for some people that I kind of sent messages off to join in, that I've returned, but some of them, live in different parts of the world. And so it's like middle of the night for them in the morning, but they can tune into this later. And I might even change my times. I don't really know. I didn't really want to make a fixed time, but I'm going to try to do that I put out there for Sunday and Wednesdays. But again, like I said, I might just tap in anytime and, share, or that's the thing about it is sometimes I do get or have experiences or have messages or dreams, or I just feel that um, maybe I'll put that out there. Phantom, you're back. Oh no, this is previously. Okay. Yeah. Well, I think what I might do, I don't know if I'll do this today or maybe I'll do it on Wednesday. I've already been on 45 minutes. Wow. Um, I might do an overview of the intuitive readings, my intuitive sense and 2 cents. On my last two videos I did, what did I do? No, I did three. I did three of them. I did them on Liam Payne, the singer who had a tragic death in Argentina. And I did, what else did I do? Oh, I did something on the Menendez brothers. And I did something also, a video also on Ali Carter. Some of you here may not know who Ali Carter is. You may know who Liam Payne is because that is more in the mainstream media right now, or the Menendez brothers and Ali Carter. So I might go, especially Liam Payne one, because I am kind of following it. I did an intuitive reading 5 days after he passed, and just tuned in a little bit and got what I got, and did a video. And some of that is already coming to light, being as to three people. I said there's three people there, and three people have been arrested. Whether they'll be charged or indicted yet, or anything. There's a mess in this. I can tell you that's what it feels like. There's so much going on there. So I might come back and do a little bit of overview and talk about that instead of doing a whole separate video. And I probably would like to talk a little bit more about Ali Carter. Um, Menendez brothers, not right now, but that probably is going to come around soon again and be out in the mainstream media, especially if they are released. But yeah, so I may do that as well as answer any questions. All right. Even though it's slow, I need to see what's happening. So, Christina, what do you feel that was showing you in your environment? Or shall we kind of try to tune into that and see? So I can't change. Can I change the mode and make it a little bit faster? Moderation. I used to have moderators a long time ago. I don't really need them right now. Moderation activity. What is, oh no, that's not it. Time sent reactions, pop out. No, it doesn't look like I can. I thought maybe on your phone you can, because I've seen a couple other people that I watch when they're doing lives, and they're on their phone, which I might do at some point too. Um, that you can actually change the mode. 30 seconds is probably good, right? Because you guys typing out your questions and then you have to wait till they show up. Yeah. I'm also going to have to tune into when is the best time. Here we are. Marissa. Curious what you sense going on in the collective aside from mainstream. A friend and I both had some past stuff come up for clearing recently, gaining insights. Have you experienced recently as well? Well, yeah, that would be like an hour maybe or something. I don't know. And a deep dive into, wow, there's just so much. Some days, like, it feels like there's so much going on, and other days it's like nothing. But there's always something going on, or it's very quiet, or I'm going to tell you what has been really, really prominent right now for a while for me, anyways, in my environment is the physical body. Um, I feel that we are moving at, I feel like we're moving at two different speeds. There's fast speed and then there's slow speed. So sometimes when we're moving very fast, it's a lot for the body to integrate, to process, to assimilate. And then we're also working in the dream time. And then I feel that sometimes there's a lot more going on in the dream time than there is in the, in my waking time, or vice versa. So, and if there's a lot going, and for me, there's been a lot more, at least the last few weeks. You know how we go periods where we go very just um, dark in the sense of that we don't recall any of our dreams. That's usually very, going very deep, right, into the cycles. And so you don't remember it. And if you don't need to, you really kind of remember what you either need to, or you can, can help you in this time in your life, etc. And for me, the last few weeks, dreaming has been more than dreaming. I've actually gone into what I'm going to call uh, in my dreams, but I'm pulled into a semi-conscious state, and I start doing, I guess, remote viewing. And some of the things I've seen, I don't know what the heck that is or what's going on. And then, I mean, I can kind of like tune into a little bit, but still, it almost feels like I'm being shown something that I'm not supposed to be seeing. But I see it. And maybe at some point it'll come up. Right. And then also, I've been getting a lot of downloads, like language, pictures, codes, whatever it is. So I would say that, and I know I have several clients that are can resonate with that in their own way with a little different things. Some of them are spot on, or going, yeah, I had that too, right? Oh, okay. Or they give me a little insight from what I shared with them, or vice versa. So I don't know if I'm really answering your question. With the collective, I think that a lot more people are waking up to whether it's their abilities, remembering past, um, merging of timelines. So that means, more views coming into this timeline. I think that there's a hodgepodge of things going on. There's a whole bunch of things happening right now. And that's why there's a lot of things going on in the mainstream. Because you have to also look at what's happening in the mainstream. Look at the themes. Look what's there's two themes that I see happening right now. And those also exist within us. Do you want to share anything yourself on that, Marissa? I could feel the elements. I could see the fear in the people around for sure. But I was absolutely calm. Nothing happened to me in my house. I was feeling like I was not in my body. Yes, there's been days like that too. Like there's so much going on. You know, I also feel that with the, again, this is just my intuitive sense, and my 2 cents is that I feel like a lot of timelines are merging. And that can be confusing for a lot of people. That could be, kind of chaotic for some people. That could be kind of like, what the heck is going on? You know, it's an interesting time. It's a challenging time, but I think it's a great time. And maybe, Christina, also, maybe you were in two different realities when this was happening. Like it's happening in front of you, but it may be not necessarily, it's not affecting your reality because, you're living in a very, and I know because you work with all the tools, and you're living in a much more protected, I don't want to say bubble, but you know what I mean, space. And again, what is symbolic to what's going on? Yeah, what's going on with the people out there right now? What's going on with humanity? What's going on? Like Marissa's, saying what's going on in the collective aside from the mainstream. But a lot of the collective, that's a manifestation of what's happening out there. It's also a time of, great change. It's a time where I felt that more and more will be revealed, truths, um, things that have been hidden for a long time, things that don't work anymore. I mean, what's fire symbolically? You know, it represents also, it represents anger, represents destructuring, like burning away the old, you know, that no longer serves you. Um, Someone's home also has its own symbolism. I mean, it's the people. I would be interested to talk to the people. They, even if they're not conscious enough, they still say, "Hey, like, what happened? Why did your house catch on fire, anyways? What was it? What was the igniting flame? Like, what started it? Was it a candle? Was it someone was asleep? Did they, leave the stove on? Where did it begin? Because that also, you start to delve into that and see, what does that mean? Why did that transpire? That's something for them. I know you're not going to do that with them, but it's interesting to look at. Yes, reminder to pay attention to the fine details, micro in the macro, and vice versa. Absolutely. I mean, most of the collective is not aware of this, though. But there's more and more. There's more people that are kind of like, they're seeing some, maybe what I would say, instant manifestation sometimes. Something that they do or say or think about, and then they see an instant manifestation, or something that they're going through and they're starting to see that mirrored out there as well. And and I'm not going to get into those topics today, but some of those things that are happening out there, they're really reflective of things that have been hidden, and also pain. Actually, I should have read the card. I did pick a card before I came on here. um, oh, I forgot about it. I should have talked about it. But it was the pain card. I don't know which one it was now, but it was talking about the pain, because what I did was I started tuning in and said, okay, let's see if this might be a topic or not, or maybe a card. And then I forgot to read it and I picked a new one, which I love the new one that I picked. But the other one was talking about pain, and that's a lot of things that are coming up right now, is very deep pain, pain that's been hidden, been shamed. Um, just pain that how it was implemented, or how it was created, or how it was experienced is um, very deep and dark. And so a lot of that stuff is coming up, because it has to. We have to move past all that, you know? And we're also coming to the end of a year, which is an end of a cycle. And there are things that take place, the culmination of things too, right? Because we're like letting go of that cycle as the new cycle comes in. I know that I used to, on a regular basis, I'm not going to say it's every year now, but I used to, on a regular basis, always around this time, have different kind of dreams and different things that sometimes they were, where I would kind of see cataclysmic events happening, and not necessarily that they had to happen right at the end of the year, but I would tend to see them, or I would see something that, you know, resembled like something that could happen. Uh, right now, I'm not sure. We'll see. We're not quite at the end of the year yet, but I have been having some interesting kind of remote viewing, and I don't know what that's about. I really don't know. It's might have something to do with things that are, I don't know what words I'm allowed to say on here. I watch so many YouTubers right now and they all speak in code, and they speak there's certain words you're not allowed to say, so they change it up. And so I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say this word. Um, but without having a problem, which I don't want to have, as I'm just resurrecting my channel. But um, a lot to do with different uh, mm, medications. I'll say it, but take it to the other extreme, the other side. Um, right now, like that's what some of my remote viewing and visions have been about, like seeing substances, seeing things being put in, or I don't know. So much going on behind that we have no clue about also. So sometimes it's challenging because if you see things, as a intuitive or a seer or psychic, it's not always easy to interpret or decipher. Do you anybody see the screen jumping? Like it just keeps jumping. So it makes me think, are we moving between timelines right now or what's happening? Am I jumping sometimes? Not all the time. And it goes this way. It doesn't go this way. It goes this way. Everything else seems pretty cool, but it seems a little bit odd. Odd. So it's a quiet night. Just a few people because I haven't been here for a long time. So my channel is not quite out there yet, not clicking. But this is my goal, and I hope to continue it. And I might come back on Wednesday with a theme, and I'll put that out earlier. And, or if you guys want to ask things or you want to talk about certain things or you have a topic or you had an experience that you want to share, it's up to you as to how personal you want to be. I'm pretty open. I will share whatever I can, but I also respect, you, and discern what I should say or don't feel comfortable saying, kind of thing out here. But it just has to be in the moment. I'm looking at this. It's barely moving. How does it look on your end? Thank you, Hermana. Now, one thing that I don't see that they have evolved to yet, and I know you can do it if you use other streaming things, or you can maybe do it on different, like when you're doing it on social media, on your phone and stuff like that, where you can invite people in to come and chat to you. I don't see this on here. I don't know if you can do this. I probably have to go and use a third party streaming to be able to do this because it would be nice if I could just invite people in sometimes and have them come on. I mean, sometimes it's a little risky, but at other times, depending if I maybe know the person and they want to join me, that would be a cool thing that I would like to do. So I will look into that and see if I can make that happen. I did use a different streaming platform before. I think it was StreamYard or something like that. And I don't know if you have to be on with me or I can just invite you in for a short time. I'm sure you guys have seen this on like Instagram or maybe TikTok or Facebook and stuff like that where people can come in. But it would be nice if I can do that. So I'll try to figure it out. And in between these doing lives, I will still do other, whatever I feel inspired or guided or get the message to do a video, an intuitive sense review. I'll still put those out there. I'll try to build my channel. So if you aren't already subscribed, I would appreciate if you do. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any comments or anything you want to ask me, feel free. I'm pretty open. Yep. So I think I'll end on that tonight. I'll end there, just kind of get myself out there. And let's see how the video goes afterwards, if people tune into it or not. And yeah. So unless we have any more questions, then I will say good night and thank you. And I want to send you all many blessings. And join me again on Wednesday. Yes, Wednesday. I might not thank you, Marissa. Have a good night as well. I know everyone here that's on here that I know are all in different time zones. So, if you think that this time of night is, it doesn't really matter. So maybe I should switch it up. Maybe I should do one day, do an afternoon, and then do a night. It's just that for where I live, it's a lot more guaranteed to be quiet. So that's why I kind of like doing it at night. I also like the energies and the frequencies a lot more in the evening for me. But hey, I gotta spice it up a little and try to accommodate, so other people can tune in at that time. All right. Well, thank you. Send you much love, and I'll say good night, and I'll see you soon.